The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. I want to thank you guys for attending today's webinar. We've got some exciting news that we wanted to share with you. Normally, we do the live webinars on Monday, but this is such great news. We wanted to add an extra live webinar here. So again, thank you for joining us here on this Friday. I'm Tony Butler. I'm the Life Sales Director here at Insurance Agency Marketing Services, and want to thank you for taking time out today to join us. Uh, First, wanted to do some housekeeping items here, and I'm going to kind of blow through this real quick because I'd like to get Mackenzie to discuss the WealthMax Bonus Life and WealthHorizon Life products that are being introduced or has been introduced here with EquiTrust. So first and foremost, referrals are a big part of sales, and I know they're a big part of agents' business as well as our business. So what we like to do is provide you with a referral bonus for any agent that you do refer to Insurance Agency Marketing Services and they get appointed with any of the carriers that we work with. We will provide you with the $50 referral bonus. Any subsequent business that they write with those carriers, we do provide you 20 basis point bonus on that business that is submitted. So if you have any questions regarding the referral bonus, please feel free to give me a call. We also have new producers builders program for those of you that get appointed within the first 180 days of your appointment. We have 3 different levels that you can kind of target to get additional rewards. So we have the $100,000 level. This is paid premiums, by the way. So we've got a $100,000 level where you can get $750 cash bonus, a 2-year producer website, or a free iPad. If you want to bypass the $100,000 and go for the $300,000, we do provide you with Social Security program and a 3,000 piece mailing. You can go with $2,000 in marketing reimbursement or a $1,500 Visa gift card. If you think that you're going to write quite a bit of business, you can shoot for the $500,000 level. With that, you can get either 5,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Matt Gill, who is one of our top producers, or you can get a 4,000 piece mailing and seminar coaching with Dave Pemper, who is also top producer here at IMES. You can bypass all this and reward yourself with the Ritz-Carlton travel package and have a nice vacation to celebrate all the money that you've made for the business that you submitted. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Here at IMES, we do have excellent back office support, whether it's you submitting contracting paperwork. Chris and Sarah do an outstanding job of getting that stuff done for you guys in a timely fashion. And by that meaning that if you're an agent, you submitted contracting paperwork in the past, you know, there's a lot of paperwork that you have to fill out, sign, whatnot. We offer paperless contracting for you. So once you are appointed with the carrier, we can go paperless for you, where any other carriers that you're looking to get appointed with, all you'll need to do is request that and we can submit that appointment paperwork for you. We also offer case design assistance, forms at your fingertips. We do provide you with life and annuity quotes. So we like to think of you as our most valuable client. So we're going to provide you service from beginning to end, meaning from, you know, submission to commission. So I think our new business department, our contracting department, our case managers are second to none in the industry. Next, we have a creative marketing solution team. That team is comprised of Jacob, Sean, and Aaron, and they do a wonderful job of providing turnkey solutions for you, agency solutions, and digital solutions. By that meaning, if you're looking for professionally written flyers or handouts, newsletters, postcards, they can help in that respect. If you're looking to redesign a logo or get a logo design, they can help you with that. Stationery, business cards, brochures, And if you want to get into the digital marketing side of things, they do help with personal website development, digital marketing strategies. They provide some social media consulting. So if you have an interest or any questions regarding this, please feel free to give us a call and ask for either Jacob, Sean, or Aaron. They'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Our IAMS website is a 24/7 website. We have excellent sales tools available for you. We have a term quoter, but in addition to that term quoter, we also have a guaranteed universal life quoter. So you're able to go online and run quotes for your clients. You can save those PDFs, provide that PDF to your client as well. We have forms that are available for you. We have industry links that are available. Some link up to carriers that we work with. For you annuity producers, we do have an annuity grid. For you long-term care producers, we have long-term care product grid as well. We provide you with a retirement analyzer at a 30-day free trial. And what the retirement analyzer does, it helps you answer questions that your client may have, like, can I continue my present standard of living into my retirement years? When can I retire without running out of money? Or how would it affect my family if I were to die prematurely? Again, this is offered to you as a 30-day free trial. Marcus Solar, who is one of our annuity sales directors, he is a subject matter expert in regards to this analyzer. After the 30-day free trial, if you provide $250,000 of annual production in annuities or single premium life, this analyzer is offered to you free of charge. If you have any questions regarding our retirement analyzer, please feel free to give us a call and ask for Marcus. He'd be more than happy to provide additional information to you, answer any questions that you may have. We also have IAMS Wealth Management Team. That wealth management team is made up of Charles Jr., Joan, and Mike. They can help you increase your revenue, improve client retention, strengthen client relationships. So if this is something that does interest you, please give either Charles, Joan, or Mike a call. They'll be more than happy to answer questions for you. We also provide you as an agent Life and Annuity Academy. This is a 2-day training which basically it includes sales ideas and strategies that we do discuss. We talk about large life case marketing, business insurance concepts. What we do here is we pay for everything that includes travel, lodging, as well as your meals. And again, it's a 2-day training. There are times where we will partner with the carrier and co-present with that carrier. We actually have Life and Annuity Academy coming up here September 18th through the 20th. I think registration has closed out on that, or we're in the final process of closing that out. It's going to be in Des Moines, Iowa. It's being co-presented with Athene. If you are interested in academies here in the future, we try to do these once a quarter. I have a polling question here that I'm going to bring up real quick. If you could just answer that polling question, I'll be sure to get some additional information out to you. You can also give us a call if you have questions. Here, see the number here at the bottom of the screen, 800-255-5055. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. I'll leave this open for a few more seconds. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close that down. And again, just kind of wanted to breeze through these real quick because I really would like Mackenzie Swenson, who is with EquiTrust, to discuss the new products, the WealthMax bonus and the WealthHorizon life. So with that, I am going to change the presenter over to Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you there?
I am. Thank you, Tony.
All right. So you now have control, and I'll let you take it away.
Awesome. Thank you. Let me just get my screen set up. So I appreciate you all taking some time to learn more about the EquiTrust single premium life products that we are bringing back. So I am excited to share the reintroduction, of our WealthMax Bonus Life and WealthHorizon Life. So EquiTrust has been dedicated to the single premium life market since 2010 and was a leader for many of those years, holding anywhere from 40 to 60% market share during the times that this WealthMax Bonus Life was available. And our partnership with IMES is longstanding, and they have been a leader with EquiTrust in terms of single premium life sales. So because of your great relationship with them, you have access to the reintroduction of these products and the deep knowledge and experience that their staff has with these products over the years. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and kind of talk about the main reasons why this product is sold, and then I'm going to go through the underwriting. I'm going to talk a little bit about each product and kind of show some case examples and hopefully be able to demonstrate the true value that this brings for a client to each product. And then we're going to finish up with a summary of kind of what each offers and how they're different, just to kind of wrap it all up. So first, the main reason this product was developed or is sold to a client or attractive to a client is that it's an effective means of wealth transfer. And what that means is taking a lump sum of money and turning it into a guaranteed death benefit at a much higher amount that is going to go to a beneficiary. So this product they are both single premium, simplified issue products. So it's really just simply passing on a bucket of money to a beneficiary at a higher amount. The second main reason these products are sold or purchased by a client is for those that say don't necessarily want to pay for long-term care insurance, but like the idea of having those similar benefits or coverages. So the second reason, or the second value that this product brings, is the ability to have access to that death benefit to pay for certain health-related expenses. This example here is showing a 60-year-old female non-tobacco with the WealthMax Bonus Life and having access to almost double the amount that she put in to help pay for those certain health-related expenses. So we'll dive into that accelerated death benefit rider here in a few slides. But first, I wanted to talk through kind of that sales process, what that looks like when writing either one of these products. So underwriting is going to be and flow exactly the same whether you're writing WealthMax Bonus Life or WealthHorizon Life. So first, agent's going to meet with the client, and there is kind of a pre-qualification health questions that are on the application. So those are kind of knockout questions in a sense. So if they can answer no to all those questions, you're good to go ahead and move forward with completing all the application paperwork. And then at that point, most agents are going to go ahead and do the telephone interview. So simplified issues, standard through table 4 is kind of what we can consider, but there's no paramed exam. So it's just a phone interview and the application questions. So most times agents are going to make the call right there to Elite Sales Processing, which is our third-party underwriter, and they're going to conduct that telephone interview right there on the spot. There'll be a few questions directed to you as the agent, and then you'll pass the phone over to the client, and the phone interviewer at ESP will ask permission to record the interview, and then they'll also ask for permission to do the MIB and script check during that phone interview. And they'll go through very similar, if not all the same questions that are on that application, and then may need to drill down on a few things, based on how they provide certain answers. Most phone interviews are going to last around 20 minutes, so not too terribly long, more of a manageable time frame for that. And then if the premium is under $250,000, we've moved to point of sale with that decision. So they can give a conditional approval or decline at the end of that phone interview based on, the questions and how they were answered and what that MIB and script check history looks like. So they'll pass the phone back to the agent at that point, and that decision will be, conditional decision will be relayed to the agent at that point. If it's $250,000 or more in premium, we do require an APS to be ordered, which EquiTrust would do. So at that point, the phone interview is done. You'll send the application in, and then we'll get that APS ordered and get that over to the underwriter to do that underwriting. So just kind of a look at what that looks like. Again, I mentioned we kind of consider standard through table 4 as our range of who we can accept in terms of who will underwrite for this product, if you're kind of comparing it to a fully underwritten product. So with that, a few commonalities with the products. So liquidity is going to be very similar on both products in terms of the free withdrawal and loans available. So free withdrawal, you can take 1 per year. It's going to proportionately reduce that face amount to the amount of withdrawal. Specific to the WealthMax bonus life, that day 1 return of premium. So I'll dive into a little bit more of the details on that when we get to that product side, but we've brought back that day 1 return of premium with the reintroduction of the WealthMax bonus life. Both products are going to have identical accelerated death benefit riders. So having access to that death benefit to pay for terminal illness needs, nursing care, or chronic care needs. And then both have the option to take a policy loan should that need arise during their lifetime. So a little deeper look at that living benefit rider. Like I said, there's 3 ways to accelerate that death benefit during their lifetime, and for that client or insured to use that death benefit while they're still alive. So the first way is going to be terminal illness election. So being terminally ill is diagnosed with a life expectancy of 12 months or less. It's a one-time acceleration. They can accelerate up to 100% of the death benefit, to which they'll get 95% of. That's kind of their discount factor for paying out that death benefit essentially early. The second way to accelerate is for nursing care confinement. Nursing care confinement is defined as being confined to a qualified nursing care facility for 90 consecutive days with confinement expected to be permanent. And they can accelerate in a lump sum up to 100% of the death benefit, to which they'd get 85% in the payout. And then at that point, the policy would be done. Or they can accelerate on a monthly basis and get 100% of that death benefit if they choose that payout over 3 years. So, for example, let's say their death benefit at the time they accelerate is $100,000, $99,750 divided by 36 months is what their payout would be should they accelerate under that nursing care confinement. So the monthly option, they're going to get the full death benefit paid out to them, money in their pocket. Chronic care is being defined as unable to perform 2 of the 6 ADLs for 90 consecutive days, or requiring substantial supervision due to severe cognitive impairment. So that's an or. So one or the other, if they meet, they can accelerate under the chronic care provision. This can be accelerated in a lump sum up to 100%, to which they get 75% of whatever they accelerated, or they can choose monthly payments over 5 years to access 100% of that death benefit. There's a one-time admin fee for any election of $250. And this is a one and done or a one-time election. So if they choose to only accelerate half of the policy, they cannot go back and for terminal illness. They say, I want to accelerate 50% of the death benefit. They can't go back a year or 2 later and say, well, now I want to accelerate the other half of the policy because now I'm in a nursing home. It doesn't work that way. It's a one-time election. So just a heads up on that. And with this, I think it's important to note, talking about this living benefit rider, it's important to note the state approvals on both products, as well as the state approvals and availability for this accelerated death benefit rider. So both products are approved in all states except New York, Montana, and Oregon. So we don't do any business in New York. Montana requires unisex rates, so we don't have the product there. And then Oregon, we do expect to get approval in the near future for that state. And then as far as the variations on the accelerated death benefit rider, California, there's no nursing home care confinement provision. So it's going to be chronic and terminal only in California. And then Florida is the other state where there's a variation, and Florida has the terminal illness provision only. So probably no surprise to anyone on the line that does business in either of those states. But outside of that, the product is approved and does have all the features of the accelerated death benefit rider available. So very strong availability for this living benefit rider amongst the other states. So a deeper look at WealthMax Bonus Life. Like I mentioned, this product is being reintroduced. We had it available from 2010 through 2017 or 2018 when it was retired. So it hasn't been gone all that long, but I will say it was such a popular product during that time that the name really never went away. We were always hearing about it, being asked about it, asking when it's coming back. So very excited to talk about these details of the product. So issue ages are going to be 45 to 80. Single premium minimums $10,000, and then the maximum face amount we'll issue is up to $750,000. So that maximum premium can kind of vary by client. The death benefit is guaranteed for their lifetime, and it's a 10-year surrender charge, declining surrender charge schedule. We are offering a 5% premium bonus. That's all up front, so no vesting on that. And then bringing back that day one return of premium guarantee. So what that means is at any time the client needs to fully surrender, they're guaranteed to get nothing less back than their premium they put in, whether that's 6 months down the road, 3 years, 5 years, doesn't matter. We're guaranteeing that they'll get at minimum their premium back. Now, if they've taken a withdrawal or have an outstanding loan, of course, that's going to be deducted from their return of premium value. But if they've taken no money out of the policy, then they are guaranteed at minimum to get their premium back. So huge feature there, peace of mind for the client. And then they can always access a penalty-free withdrawal of 5% each year. And then in addition, that we've added with the reintroduction of these two products are a couple vol control indices. So we've got S&P 500 based accounts, we've got a Barclays, and then we also have an S&P Mark 5 vol control indices. So very simplistic in terms of design when it comes to a vol control indice, but very excited to have those additional options available on this product. Something that did change with the reintroduction of WealthMax is the policy charges. So we've got the three charges: the cost of insurance, policy expense charge, and policy fee. Those are all going to come out on a monthly basis. Previous version of this product, they came out on an annual basis, which really caused a differentiation or a larger gap in what the numbers were if somebody called in right after an anniversary, and charges were just taken out for that full year, what those values were in comparison to what they saw in their annual statement. So really tried to align those values across the board with taking those charges out on a monthly basis. This is an index-linked product in terms of growing that cash value, which can impact that death benefit. So fixed account, 3.5% there at the top. Next to account options are going to be an annual point-to-point and a 1-year monthly average, both on the S&P 500. And then the bottom two will be the vol control indices. With these, I will say they are fairly simplistic in design and very transparent in how they work. So EquiTrust is always kind of kept with a simple theme, simple motto in terms of how we design our products and what we offer and doing business with us. So with that, we wanted to kind of keep that same theme going with these two vol control indices and making sure that, you know, they weren't built in a black box and, you know, they're complicated and hard to understand. So definitely a great opportunity here, as I think it's important, you know, to have other indices available than the S&P 500. You know, right now interest rates are very low. The Fed recently lowered rates. The 10-year Treasury is extremely low. And pricing and what we can offer, or what any carrier can offer on a vol control indice, is generally going to be stronger as volatility is more fixed on these products and is priced into the rates that we're able to offer versus, say, an S&P 500 account option. So just really another great option for an advisor and a client to consider on annual reviews and different rate environments that they're going to experience through the life of the contract. A look at the illustrated rates. You'll see all of the index account options are going to illustrate at 4.57%, and that's due to the Actuarial Guideline 49 that came out a few years ago that kind of standardized how illustrated rates are calculated. So they're all going to be curved to the 1-year point-to-point cap on the S&P 500. So with that, you can see, with them all being the same, you can see the bottom three account options would have illustrated higher based on the 25-year look-back formula that is used. They all would have illustrated higher. So just something to keep in mind when you're picking the account options when you go to write one of these products. You know, they definitely have great opportunity on that upside. A quick look at the two vol control indices. So the Barclays Focus 50 was customized exclusively for EquiTrust, and we are hosting a webinar September 12th specifically on this indice, just to kind of dive into how it exactly works. But what it does is it's going to allocate among 50 low volatility stocks, treasuries, and then there's always going to be a cash component as well. If volatility gets too high, there's that ability to shift to cash. But really the focus is on these low volatility US stocks. So it looks at kind of those large performing or outperforming low volatility stocks over the last several years, and keeps in mind, you know, those long-standing performers that have just done well, that kind of fly under the radar. So they're not going to be your splashy stocks like Tesla or Facebook or something like that. It's just going to be really strong, steady growing stocks. So something like a Waste Management or a Palmolive. You know, those are kind of two examples of stocks that are in this bucket currently that have traditionally done really well. They're just, you know, Waste Management. It's a garbage company and recycling company. So it's not something splashy that people are chasing a name or trying to seek a quick jump in return. You know, it's just kind of a steady, strong performing stock. So very interesting, that low volatility stock anomaly with this product. And then there is a risk controlled feature as well. S&P Mark V excess return. This one is not exclusive to EquiTrust, so you may have seen it on other products available, but it's equities, and then it's got gold, and then fixed income portion being the treasuries as well. And then it also has that risk controlled feature. There is a video available doing a deeper dive into this, but volatility based weighting between those three sectors, their components. A look at commissions for WealthMax Bonus Life. There's the upfront commission, 8% at the street level through age 75. And then we are offering trail options on both of these products, which is new as well. So you can do a partial upfront and trail, or a full trail, which is going to be 1.25% at all issue ages And that's paid annually on the contract anniversary as a percent of the accumulation value for the life of the contract. So strong trail option available. So what are the three main things that WealthMax bonus can offer your client? That guaranteed death benefit, knowing that they drop that money in, they're never going to have to fund the policy anymore, and that we're going to guarantee at minimum a death benefit that will be paid to a beneficiary. Access to that death benefit for living benefit needs during their lifetime. And then that return of premium, so that peace of mind that at any moment they can get their money back should they need it. So I wanted to run through a case example of who our typical client might be and what that would look like, and the value WealthMax brings over some other financial products out there. That this money that could be used for this product may be sitting around in. So Carolyn, she's 60, female, non-smoker. She's got $100,000 earning 2% in a CD. She really just wants to pass this money on to her grandchildren when she passes. But she has concerns of potential health-related expenses or the possibility of going into a nursing home. So she's got some options. She could leave that money in a CD. She could transfer it, say, into annuity, earn a little bit more at 3%, or she could put it into WealthMax Bonus Life. And let's look at what that looks like in terms of death benefit immediately after 10 years and after 20 years. So dropping that $100,000 into a CD, immediately she's going to have the $100,000, and then, you know, growing 2% over 10 and 20 years, she's going to have a little bit more down the road. Earning a little more in annuity at 3%, you know, immediately still just that $100,000, and then a little more than the CD at 10 and 20 years. Or she could drop it into WealthMax Bonus Life, and on a guaranteed basis, she's almost doubled her premium, or what would go to a beneficiary, immediately and after 10 and 20 years. That guarantee carries for her lifetime. And that, again, is at minimum. So non-guaranteed or actual death benefit at that time is always going to be paid out. But this is the bare minimum death benefit that would go to a beneficiary. And then let's just say a few years later, she has those health-related situations come up and she needs the money. If she became terminally ill, she'd have $185,000 at minimum available to her. If she went into a nursing home, she could get $5,409 a month for 36 months. Or if she became chronically ill, she could have money coming in monthly to her, $3,245. So really a true value for this type of client. So something else that we added, and speaking of guarantees and what's available to her and to a beneficiary, we added a couple great supplements to the illustration. So this is something you can elect right before you build your illustration. You can add these supplements in. And this one here is kind of called the power of guarantees. So it shows the absolute guarantees of the contract and really highlights them all on one page. So the far left box, her guaranteed return of premium, you know, her premium she put in, available immediately. What amounts could be available to her on a guaranteed basis to pay for nursing care, chronic care, or terminal illness. And then that guarantee to her beneficiary. So outlining all three guaranteed benefits on one page as a snapshot. So this page, I believe, says guaranteed 8 or 9 different times. So just really try to reiterate, you know, what that guarantee is that the product offers. And then the next supplement here is the life expectancy snapshot. So not only do they want to know what's available right away to them, what is available at their life expectancy to them and to a beneficiary. So a 60-year-old female non-tobacco, life expectancy is coming in at age 88. So at age 88, on a non-guaranteed basis and non-guaranteed assumptions, her cash value benefit, $185,261, cash in hand she could walk away with. Her living benefit numbers there in the middle, what she could have access to for nursing care, chronic care, or terminal illness election. And then that amount that would go to a beneficiary. So $237,134 in a non-guaranteed death benefit that could go to a beneficiary at her life expectancy. So just really neat to show not only initial values as well as potential values at life expectancy. All right, so that kind of rounds out WealthMax, and now I want to talk about the highlights of the WealthHorizon Life. So this is also an index-linked life insurance policy, but more accumulation focused. So you'll see when I get to the account options slide, much higher cap rates to grow that cash value in terms and in turn push up that death benefit. So same issue ages, same minimum premium of $10,000. Death benefits also going to be guaranteed. 10-year surrender charge schedule, but it's going to have those higher face amounts. It's going to have those same vol control indices and S&P based accounts, but it's going to have those more competitive rates for greater long-term accumulation. Same penalty-free withdrawal of 5% each year. But so you're giving up your return of premium, you're giving up that premium bonus, but you're gaining higher face amounts and you're gaining higher cap rates for greater accumulation over time. So looking at those different account options, exact same account options available, just much higher cap rates offered. And then in turn, you're going to get a better illustrated rate. So 6.58%. And you'll see, again, the 1-year monthly average par and the 2 vol control indices listed at the bottom there, those would have illustrated higher, but are curved to or capped at the 1-year point-to-point cap illustrated rate of 6.58%. So definitely strong potential with those different account options. A look at the WealthHorizon Life commissions, a little stronger comp at 9% street level, and then also offering the partial upfront, partial trail, or full trail option as well. So a look at the same client, so 60-year-old female non-tobacco with the WealthHorizon Life, 100 grand turns into an immediate death benefit of $208,000. So with the WealthMax, that was slightly less, so you are gaining some in terms of death benefit on a guaranteed basis. So with that, I want to talk about where we see money coming into these to fund these products. And I will say a lot of it's coming in from CDs, checkings, accounts, savings accounts, money markets. So this is really not a replacement for your annuity business. It's kind of a different bucket of money that the client has set aside for things like the next generation, they just want to pass it on, or possible health-related expenses. It's somebody that maybe doesn't like the idea of a standalone long-term care policy, but likes the idea of those similar benefits. So definitely a great opportunity there. About 10% of the money coming in is replacement business coming in from an annuity, so not a whole lot. So this really isn't a replacement for your annuity business or your annuity sales. It's a different bucket of money that's set aside for, the next generation or those health-related expenses. And then another place we see money coming from is old life insurance policies, either one that's been underfunded or just an old policy that's underperforming. We see them wanting to be done paying in premiums into that life policy and just 1035 over the cash value into a paid up WealthMax or WealthHorizon Life. Another question we get a lot is taxation on the death benefit and these products, as well as the accelerated death benefit rider. So death benefit's generally going to be income tax free in most cases. And then most policies are going to be issued as a modified endowment contract, which means if they were to take money out in terms of a loan or a withdrawal, it's taxed more like an annuity. So if they're under the age of 59 and a half, they're subject to the 10% excise penalty if they take out withdrawals or loans. And then as far as the accelerated death benefit rider, it would depend on how they accelerate. If they accelerate for terminal illness, generally that's going to be income tax free. If they accelerate for nursing care or chronic care, and they use that money for qualifying long-term care expenses per the IRS, it's generally going to be income tax free up to the IRS daily per diem limit amount. But definitely consult a tax advisor, but that's just kind of some general rules when it comes to the taxation. We do have a great marketing piece in addition to the agent guide and client brochures. And then we also have a one-page flyer that shows that case example of the annuity and the CD and then the WealthMax death benefit. But in addition to that, we've got this client use show book. So this comes available for order in print, and it's a spiral bound book, kind of goes through some of those examples that I shared today and kind of helps the client understand the value of the product and the features and benefits. And then we also have this available in PowerPoint and PDF. So with that, I just want to summarize what we talked about today between the two products, and not necessarily that one is better than the other. It really just kind of comes down to the client and what's more important to them. So WealthMax Bonus, it's going to offer that return of premium day one, so that peace of mind guarantee they can get their money back. It offers the premium bonus, competitive caps, as well as that living benefit rider, and then a street level commission of 8%. WealthHorizon, you're not getting the return of premium, you're not getting the bonus, but you are getting higher face amounts and caps. In turn is going to provide stronger living benefits available. And then the street level commission's 9%. Both products have that same accelerated death benefit rider, same guaranteed death benefit, same underwriting. Both offer the trail commissions and the unique indices as well. So from the conversations we've had, a lot of advisors see themselves almost pitching both products really and kind of letting the client decide, you know, what's more important to them in terms of the features of the product. So with that, I want to thank you all for joining and taking time to learn more about these two products and the excitement that we have for being able to reintroduce a product that really fits a need in the single premium life marketplace. So thank you all for joining, and I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you, Tony.
Mackenzie, thank you very much. Since we have a little time, I was going to open it up to see if anyone has any questions. You can type those in. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have. Okay, looks like I got one here, Mackenzie. Massachusetts has nursing care confinement?
Massachusetts does. Great question.
Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Okay, I'm going to send this back over to me as the organizer here. Okay. They wanted me to tell you thank you for that answer.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, then a couple of things. If you'd like more information in regards to the products that we discussed today, I've got a polling question that I'm going to launch here. Just go ahead and answer yes or no. If you would like more information, I'll make sure to get that information out to you. Looks like we got a few people that are looking. And Mackenzie, after I close this polling question down, there's another question that someone had. Okay, so I'll go ahead and close this polling question down. And is there any opportunities for agents earlier than age 45?
There is not, unfortunately. With the old product, it used to be an age minimum of 50.
Mm-hmm.
And we did get some inquiries for those upper 40 age range. So we did ratchet it back to 45, but yeah, they're pretty firm on them being at least 45.
Okay. So minimum age is 45 and maximum is it
Correct.
80 or 85?
80.
80. Okay. So there's your answer for that.
I will say our typical or our average age client is going to be in the mid 60s, and female is our according to what we have on the books currently. That's kind of our average age and gender.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, lastly, if you're not appointed with EquiTrust and you're looking to get appointed, I would suggest that you do. I've got a polling question here for you. If you could just answer that question, and then we'll just go ahead and finish up with the webinar. So we got a few people that are looking to get appointed, so I'll make sure to reach out to you and let you know what we need to do to get you appointed. All right, I'm going to close that down. And with that, Mackenzie, I want to thank you again for taking time out today to discuss this exciting news regarding the WealthMax Bonus Life and the WealthHorizon Life. So I wish you guys...
Thank you, Tony.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, that's it for today's webinar. Again, thank you for all that attended. Everyone, please have a happy and safe Labor Day, and we look forward to working with you soon. You guys have a great Friday.